implemented fairly decently. A lot of the kids go up, they get their lunch, they get their breakfast, and they get to eat it. There's a couple issues with the way free and reduced lunch works, in my personal opinion. Number one being is what most people don't know is that it offers kids a chance to have breakfast as well, but they won't set up the breakfast card in order for these kids to get their breakfast until about 10:30 around their first recess. So essentially these kids have been up since about 7 and they don't get their first meal until 10:30 in the morning, which means they've been asked to go all morning empty stomach, paying attention, and it's just very hard, especially for the very young kids. It's hard enough for us as adults, so it's just asking a lot for little kids to go that long without eating. Another issue that I've seen with free or reduced lunch is that they don't let the kids take the leftovers. So if you get your lunch and you don't finish your apple, or you don't drink the orange juice, or you don't have the banana, or for instance, you don't even finish your cereal from breakfast, you don't even open it, they will not let you take it home. It must get tossed in the trash, which is just a waste of food. And these kids could potentially very well need that food at home, which is another issue. Another issue that's going on that I've seen a couple times is lunch shaming, which is becoming a bigger thing in schools nowadays. Is, for instance, if you can't afford your lunch, they sometimes even take it from you if you are not part of the free and reduced program. So these kids who maybe left their lunch money at home, or for some reason mom and dad didn't put money on their account, when they go to get lunch that day, they're told no. And then they must go the entire day without eating. And then there they are sitting there at the cafeteria without food, or it's more embarrassing when you have your food, you're about to pay for it, and they take it away. It's just very scarring for some children, and it's just some things that need to be tweaked. So the quality of the school lunches right now are not great at all. It's actually severely lacking. If you compare our school lunch quality to those of European countries, it's astonishing. They've shown the pictures of our lunches to children from Europe, and they're just like, that's food, that doesn't even look like food. The main reason why the food is lacking in nutrition is because the United States overproduces corn. That is why we have high glucose corn syrup in almost everything. And the way it works is they take all the excess corn that we can't sell in foreign countries for super cheap, and then they feed it to the kids. So essentially they're taking the leftover corn that they can't sell and they're feeding it to the next generation, which is why our lunch is not that good. And what's even more astonishing is that the European countries spend less per student to feed their children, and their children get 5-course meals, all organic, all natural. And our kids, we're spending more, are getting the leftover corn that's unhealthy.